With another week of football officially in the books, it's time for another in-season 2026 NFL mock draft. And of course, we are going to be using the updated Tankathon rankings. And with the first overall pick, I have the New York Jets selecting quarterback from Indiana, Fernando Mendoza, someone who is absolutely on fire this season. Through 7 games, he has over 1,700 passing yards with a completion percentage above 73%. 21 touchdowns to 2 INTs with a 191 passing efficiency rating. He is the most accurate quarterback in college football. He makes smart, quick decisions with the football. Mechanically speaking, he is there. He has a super quick release, which I think will really bode well in his favor when we're talking about projecting him to the next level. And the Jets right now are working with a quarterback that has one of the worst releases in the National Football League in Justin Fields. Not to mention Indiana's success on the year. They have multiple statement wins, going to Oregon and getting the win, to Iowa and getting the win. They have multiple blowouts on the year as well. Michigan State, Illinois, Indiana State. Indiana's offense is just so much fun to watch, and the Jets need to figure out the long-term option at the quarterback position. With the second overall pick, I have the Miami Dolphins selecting the hometown kid here in Rueben Bain. He grew up in Miami, played in Miami Central. Now he's obviously with the Miami Hurricanes. For a team right now that just has a lot of issues, yes, of course, you can argue quarterback, but I feel like with Tua's contract still being guaranteed for 2026, maybe the smart play would be to draft a quarterback high in round 2, have him sit for a season, and then be ready to take over for Tua, whereas with the second overall pick, you're getting an instant impact BPA approach at a major position of need, edge rusher. Not only have the Dolphins struggled to get after the passer, struggled overall on defense, but there's also rumors about the team trading Jalen Phillips, trading Bradley Chubb. In the event that they do that, the Dolphins defense, the Dolphins defensive line is only going to get worse. And Rueben Bain comes in as an instant day one upgrade, again at a massive position of need. With the third pick in the NFL draft, I have the New Orleans Saints selecting quarterback from Oregon, Dante Moore. 19 touchdowns on the year to 4 INTs, over 1,600 passing yards with an adjusted completion percentage just under 80%. Moore has all the talent in the world. I mean, you look at his deep ball accuracy, you look at his mobility, his playmaking ability. It's clear that an offensive-minded coach in Kellen Moore, especially a team that plays in a dome, would look at Dante Moore's upside and would be intrigued by it and would definitely want to work with someone like that. Now, there is a chance that Dante Moore does return to school, and if that's the case, obviously this quarterback class takes a pretty big hit. But as we stand right now, Dante Moore is still being talked about as a potential top 3 to top 5 draft selection. So until Moore fully commits back to Oregon for 2026, we're going to continue to bring him up within the top 10, of course, if his play continues. With the fourth overall pick, I have the Tennessee Titans selecting wide receiver Jordyn Tyson from Arizona State, someone who is simply unguardable up to this point. He has 57 catches, 8 touchdowns with over 600 receiving yards in only 7 games. I mean, you look at his route running, you look at his separation skills. Tyson can hurt teams down the field. He can hurt defenses over the middle of the field and on the sideline as an intermediate attacker, as well as the short passing game as well. You know, you can easily kick a screen out to Tyson and watch him work, right? Very difficult to bring down an open space. And the Tennessee Titans desperately need to get Cam Ward a solid weapon, and Jordyn Tyson is that player. With the fifth overall pick, I have the Baltimore Ravens selecting defensive tackle from Clemson, Peter Woods. Just an absolute wrecking ball. Someone who can come in and immediately help this Baltimore Ravens defense stop the run. Such a major issue for this Ravens defense, stopping the run. It just doesn't feel like Ravens football. Woods would come in and solve that issue literally on day one. He is that good, that disruptive of a player. He also has pass rushing upside. He's scheme versatile. You can move him up and down the defensive line. Peter Woods, man, he is such a fun player to watch, such a disruptive force, and feels like he would slide in beautifully to a Ravens defense, to a Ravens system, and not only just be a great fit, but a massive upgrade as well. With the sixth overall pick, I have the Cleveland Browns selecting tackle from Utah, Spencer Fano. In my opinion, Fano is the best offensive lineman in this draft, and I feel like he would be an instant upgrade for this Cleveland Browns offensive line. I mean, you look at the tackle play so far. Cam Robinson, who was a late acquisition, hasn't really performed the best. DeJuan Jones is unfortunately on our Jack Conklin, right? That's another, he's a veteran player here. I just expect a little bit more. Cornelius Lucas. I really feel like the Browns need to address the tackle position. Now, you can definitely argue quarterback here, potentially Ty Simpson, potentially LaNorris Sellers, and I don't think that would be a bad selection. However, I don't like the fit or the situation/environment for a rookie quarterback to slide into with holes/issues on the offensive line and not much help at the wide receiver position. I like Judy, I like Judkins, but overall, this Browns offense needs some more talent, needs some more firepower. I'm not saying ignore the quarterback, but if you have the chance to get the best tackle in this entire class and maybe target a quarterback at the top of round 2, that could be a potential decision that the Cleveland Browns have got to figure out. With the 7th overall pick, I have the Las Vegas Raiders selecting South Carolina quarterback LaNorris Sellers. Now, up to this point, I think on most teams' boards, Ty Simpson would probably be ahead of LaNorris, but here's the interesting curveball when it comes to the Raiders. This is a team that's being led by Pete Carroll. And if we think back to a couple of years ago when Pete was back in Seattle and held the 5th overall pick, there was a lot of buzz, a lot of draft buzz that Carroll wanted Anthony Richardson with that 5th overall pick. Loved the athletic upside. He loved the size. He loved the mobility. He loved the potential. At 6'3", 240, LaNorris Sellers moves like a running back. He is also one of the best intermediate throwers in this entire draft, as well as deep ball throwers in this entire draft. When you watch the South Carolina offense, of course, led by Beamer and Shula, you just don't feel like there's much of a supporting cast around Sellers. You kind of feel like he has to play this hero ball. And, you know, if you want to put Ty Simpson here, that's totally fine. I'm totally cool with it. But it's all about projection. And once the season ends, you know LaNorris Sellers is going to be that quarterback that blows up the combine, puts up crazy combine statistics just from an athletic profile. You understand that the pro day is going to be absolutely lights out. And again, you have that Pete Carroll connection to the physical phenom, the physical high upside, high potential types of players. So for me, I'm going Sellers here. With the 8th overall pick, I have the New York Giants going corner from LSU, my corner 1 in this class, Mansoor, Delane, someone who has been absolutely terrific in coverage this season, someone who has good length, good size for the position as well at 6 foot, 190 pounds. He's racked up tons of impressive performances this season, South Carolina, Clemson, against the Florida Gators as well. I mean, the guy's all over the place. He's experienced 13 games in 2023, 12 games in 2024. He's played every game so far for the Tigers this season at 7. I don't feel like he's one-dimensional, like, oh, he can only play in man or he can only play in zone. No, I feel like he can do both of those things pretty well, especially projecting him to the next level. And the Giants right now, they have a lot of key positions figured out. Yes, of course, you can argue offensive line, but I feel like they've been playing better as of late. Maybe wide receiver here as well, maybe like a Mekhi Lemon from USC, but I feel like right now, if you can go out and select the best corner in this class to pair up with Paulson Adebo, that could be very impressive, understanding the pass rush that the Giants possess. With the 9th overall pick, I have the Arizona Cardinals going with linebacker from Ohio State, Arvell Reese. Now with the Cardinals, they can go in a bunch of different directions, maybe even a Ty Simpson here if they decide to move on from Kyler Murray after the year. I feel like this team could also use another playmaker on the offensive side of the football. But at the end of the day, I just feel like the Cardinals really need help at the linebacker position, and Arvell Reese is a physical phenom. I think the defensive mind of Jonathan Gannon will really want to target someone who can impact the middle of the field for this Cardinals defense, and Arvell Reese is exactly that. He can rush the passer as well. I mean, when you watch Reese, especially when you go back and you watch the All-22, he is violent, he is fast, he is strong, and he just feels like he brings this presence to a locker room, to a defense that the Cardinals right now just lack. Now, I could be wrong. This could be considered a reach, right? Quote unquote off-ball linebacker in the top 10. I get it completely. You can definitely go in a bunch of different directions if you are the Cardinals here and probably bolster the team. But Arvell Reese is just someone who I really like. I love the upside, and specifically for Arizona, I feel like that fit could be there. And last but not least, with the 10th pick, I have the Texans selecting tackle from Miami, Francis Mawanoa, someone who is all over the place. 6'6", 315 pounds. Through 8 weeks, 7 total games, he has not had a poor performance yet. He has not had a letdown. He has not been the weak link of the Miami Hurricanes offensive line by no means. I mean, he is just rock solid. Now, of course, you can maybe kick him into the guard position at the next level. That's definitely a conversation. But you look at Manoa as a pass protector, as a run blocker, someone who has enough athletic ability to move out in space. I mean, I'm so tired of seeing the Houston Texans every draft cycle with the big need, offensive line. They have to protect CJ Stroud. And overall, Ariante Ursary, Titus Howard, Laken Tomlinson, they're just simply not getting it done. Now, to be fair, I love Ed Ingram. I think Ed Ingram has done some awesome things for this Texans offensive line at guard. But outside of that, I just don't feel like this Texans offensive line has that cornerstone piece. And look, I don't want to make it sound like Manoa is the next Trent Williams here or anything like that, but I really feel like he would come in and be a great upgrade for that Texans offensive line, specifically on the right side. So if you guys can hit the subscribe and like button on the way out, it really helps out the channel grow. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.